Previously on The Way We Did It. We traded out snowy Colorado for a sun-soaked week in the Sonoran Desert. We are now heading to the San Luis Valley for the Sandhill Crane spring migration. A little-known fact about me is that I'm kind of a bird nerd. It was just a casual hobby until Dave surprised me with binoculars and a birding life journal. From that moment on, we've been spending most weekends birding in and around our home in Boulder Valley. But we're now leaving town and traveling to southern Colorado for something we've always wanted to see: the Sandhill Crane migration. Every spring and fall, thousands of cranes spend their time in the San Luis Valley, feasting in its farm fields and wetlands. It was not only a guaranteed sighting to document in my journal, but it also coincided with Dave's birthday, and the San Luis Valley is one of his favorite places to visit. We wasted no time and traveled straight to a known hotspot for Sandhill Crane viewing, the Monta Vista Wildlife Refuge. This protected area provides an essential feeding habitat of barley fields and wetlands, not only for the cranes, but for over 200 species of birds. So now we wait and hope they choose to congregate at our location. Sandhill Cranes engage in two activities: feeding and loafing. In mornings and evenings, they forage for food in the local farm fields. But throughout the day, they loaf, or basically socialize, in the prairie wetlands. Soon enough, their distinctive call started to echo throughout the valley. And before long, large flocks were soaring overhead. We immediately jumped in our truck and followed them to a nearby feeding field. As the evening went on, hundreds of cranes started to swoop in for a landing. It was an incredible sight to see because these birds are gigantic. They can stand nearly 4 feet tall with a wingspan of up to 6.5 feet. You almost lost your hat.
I almost lost my hat. It's windy.
It's getting so windy. There's a bunch of cranes out there, though. What do you think, Hatch? Yeah, we're gonna get back to camp before this gets any worse. All right, we just got done camping here in front of Blanca Peak. We were working pretty much all afternoon. But we're about to go over to the Great Sand Dunes National Park. So I don't know if you remember Hatch's reaction when we took him to White Sands National Park, but there's a lot of zoomies, a lot of snorting sand. So we're gonna see how he reacts to Colorado sand dunes.
We'll see. Hopefully he likes it just as much.
Yeah.
Off and onward. Good.
Yep. A trip to the San Luis Valley wouldn't be complete without going to Great Sand Dunes National Park, especially after seeing Hatch's reaction to sand in White Sands National Park.
Hey, baby! You're in sand!
All right, Hatchy boy, you ready to get in the sand again? You ready to go play in the sand? I think he's excited. He's looking. Great Sand Dunes is home to the tallest dunes in North America, rising as high as 750 feet. Hatch was playing it cool on the first half of the hike. But once we reached the dunes, he could not contain himself any longer.
Yeah. Here's the PSA for visiting Great Sand Dunes National Park. In 150,000 acres of sand, we saw 3 crows. Watch where you kneel, because I found the one bird turd.
Oh my god.
It was Dave's birthday, so he got free reign of choosing the day's activities. And take one guess of what he wanted to do first. Well, I asked Dave what he wanted to do on his birthday. And of course, where'd you want to go, Dave?
Let's golf.
No. We then traveled to the Alamosa National Wildlife Refuge to seek out a place that piqued his interest on Google Maps. It turned out to be one of the best views we've seen of the valley.
See the sand dunes over there?
Yeah, there's the sand dunes, so there's Mount Blanca. There's the sand dunes over there. And then out in the distance, there's actually a group of Sandhill Cranes loafing around by the lake. And then Dave spotted a herd of elk out there, just laying down by the river out there. So, good
Not
job.
bad. Not bad.
Then something kind of unexplainable happened. What we thought was a prescribed burn, like the one we saw from the campground that morning, turned out to be a tornado.
Yeah, he's getting big. Holy moly. Or is that a tornado?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. That's massive. That's a tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's debris flying around it.
Holy cow.
And this thing's...
Oh no, it didn't win. Oh god. That's a tornado.
No joke, that's a real tornado. We thought it was another prescribed fire, but it's moving. We don't know what's caused it. There's no storms somehow, but it's a big tornado. You can see debris with the binoculars.
Tornado aside, it was the perfect place to celebrate Dave's birthday. The tallest candle in the world for this mini cupcake. All right.
Topping off the day.
Birthday
You
boy.
look like a monkey.
Yay! Happy birthday!
Thank you. Thank you.
It was also a great spot to test out his new toy. And if you easily get motion sickness, you might want to look away for this first part as Dave figures out the controls. But it didn't take him long to get the hang of it. Next time on The Way We Did It, we go to the adventure capital of the West, Moab, Utah. Look at the size. The size of your head. If you'd like to join us on more adventures, be sure to like this video and click that subscribe button. And consider joining our Patreon for extra perks like travel guides, bloopers, and digital photographs. It helps to support our channel so we can continue to show you the way we did it.
It's